am back. As I may have said, I don't really want to be back, quite frank. No offence to you guys, I enjoy stream, but right now I really don't want to. However, I have just spent £500 at the vet. So, here I am. Sure, if I should be sort of my documents. I will try and do my best. So I've got about, I don't know, basically, as the title says, I will be streaming until pizza. Maybe pizza trivia. Okay. Maybe that's not working then. Wrong things. Trying to work out why that is. So let me refresh the page. I'm not sure anybody's actually. Oh, was that a light? Was that a lightning flash? Zero viewers. What's going on? Yeah, online. The viewers there seem to be just fine. Oh, there we go. The message went out. Unrelated. 2 frame keyframe is ridiculous. It's about Zebra. The likelihood is that he's got kidney stones. So I will be taking him to the larger vets tomorrow for an ultrasound. There's a chance it's cancer, but he thinks probably not. So it's probably kidney stones. Unfortunately, they can't operate, so it will be a chemical-based solution. So basically, you have to have a diet. That ain't going to be great. So it'll be a chemical-based kidney stone solution. He's on antibiotics and anti-inflammatories and painkillers. So he's probably a bit... Once the painkillers kick in, he'll probably be... okay. Well, kidney stones is the better... You can't die... Well, the problem with kidney stones is they can block your urethra, and you can die from that. But he's actually still urinating, so that's fine. That's fine. But... kidney stones are one of the most painful things. Like, literally, one of those painful things you can have is passing a kidney stone. So yeah, I feel a little bit for him because I not that I've ever had kidney stones, but I am aware that kidney stone stuff is very. But that's why he's been a bit howly and a bit like sad. But he's on painkillers now, so yeah, that should work. What's the other URL command? So if I just search HTTP, that'll probably give me less hints. Okay. I love that logo. It's so obviously He-Man and yet not. Okay, so so if it's Adventures mode, should open at the Adventures pack. Dapper opens at the Dapper pack. Tier4 opens at the Tier4 pack. That should be fine. Fixed main menu, text issues, added adapter link, added catch for sites with craft data with 0 entries needed. So yeah, Zebra, I won't post it in public chat. But I will send it to you directly. Ugh, fuck's sake. How do I message you on my phone? Hold the button. Message. Yeah, I'm not going to stick that one out in public, but that's why I took him to the vat. Okay. User attempts to build adventures mode block. Yeah, quite. So yeah, he doesn't seem interested in actually paying me attention. I think he's just gone to sleep somewhere. Though the painkillers should kick in quite quickly, so they'll help him be a bit more cheerful. So, just to chat, it's not what Warrior was going on about, I don't think. He's going to go out something else. Wait, how is that? I don't understand. Oh, there we go. Saying you need Dapper DLC for events. See, that was wrong. It never opened up. It opens up 400. Yeah, anyway. That's fixed. Okay, now Mad Vandal also sent me some stuff. Okay, so let me just make sure I don't have any outstanding changes. No, good. I'm not sure what this is a fix for, I have to say. Bad, I'm just kind of launched into a rant about what was wrong and his effects. I'm not really sure what it is. Okay. you should now be able to enable multiple new mods and not worry about the security confirmation dialog. Go check the changes, and that's how we work here. Fair enough. Yeah. James, he has got painkillers, he's got anti-inflammatories, and he has got antibiotics. And tomorrow I am taking him to the vet for an ultrasound. Which will cost well over 500 quid. So I'm like, oh. I'm very glad that I've got some money. And I'm very glad that as a rule my lifestyle is pretty frugal. So, yeah. Okay, so why didn't you just send me the file, Peter? Why did you make me have to type it myself? Just send me the entire file going, here you go. Damn. Look at all those. Void upload mod. Oh, is it a partial class? No. Yes. UGC.set item. set item content. I have to say, right before. Oh, haha. Mods now support tags. Just add tags, whatever. Oops. Just add tags, cats, dogs, mass hysteria to your mod.config. Thanks, Peter. Now, why is it telling me for 8 anyway? How do I search my friends list IPv6? See, somebody sent me a whole bunch of stuff for IPv6. No, not in this chat, in all my chats. How do I search in all my chats? Great. So I don't know who messaged me about this. Tech Pizza. Maybe. He did. Very good, Zebra. Look at you. Yep, let's have a look. Right, this is the last major change, but it is a good idea to add this because obviously I'm saying goodbye to FortressCraft, and that means that it will be less and less useful. So, I mean, on that, you know how people always say you should always buy your games and you should have them on disc and all those sort of things. I tried to play Dungeon Siege networked, and you can't. It's really weird. You literally can't do it. Because it just doesn't work anymore. So it's not just simply owning it, but things get out of date. Okay, so let's see what those changes are. Lidgren changes for IPv6. I'm a bit sad there's no C feed. I'm just going to go and just check on him a second. So back in 2 moments. Yeah. No, he's just asleep on my bed, so I've tucked him in. I'm a little bit worried because he's not been eating his food, but he is eating treats. It's just like he's gone, I'm too good for food. I need proper things. You know, I just need the best in life because I am the best kitty. He is obviously the best kitty. Oh god, these are some changes. Now. Oh, I see. He's moved that down into a functional create socket. Okay, that seems alright. I have to say, I'm pretty sure that this guy's cleverer than I am. But the best way to do it is to put it in and change it. Okay. Main query server. There's average. This is a good example of why I change what is the current beta around, because it is entirely likely we've broken something with this. Maybe not, you know, but entirely possible this is broken there. Now I can't test IPv6. I literally can't because I don't know what the fuck I have no IPv6 setup. Also, I wouldn't have it internally. So I'm just copying across some changes here. Query server. can query server. Okay, netpick various address family equals whatever that is. And finally, network manager resolve DNS. Okay, bit confused. Unless that zip file had, I don't think it did. Liquor.network, it hasn't got anything else in it. Because hits changes, and then there's, and lastly, in and then resolve DNS, which isn't a thing. It's just not cool. So this is a function to resolve host address. I think I don't have your or just the 4 Lidgren files. I can't make that change because I don't have it. After this, hopefully Todd's done his bit, and we're no, James. This is IPv6 support, but I didn't write it. I'm porting in TechPiece's changes, but he's mentioned some things, but he hasn't actually given me the code, and I can't deduce from what he said what I should be writing, because resolve DNS isn't a function I've got in Network Manager, and net peer configuration does not contain an address family. It also does, maybe he meant config.address. Config.address family. Right, there you go. That's that change. I can work that out. Right, that bit I've got. So it's just this other change. I don't have a resolve DNS. I've got a call to it, but I don't actually have it. Let me just check it all directly. Yeah, so I need a copy of resolve function. So TechPT is just looking. Specific for Network Manager. Bum. Then it's Todd's bit, and then that's it. So these are some pretty major send-offs here. I'll check the geothermal thing. I'm pretty sure that should be okay. Oh, build pipe. Cool. So I just need to add that function. Doesn't compile, but one, two, three, C. I don't know. Let me show you on here, by the way, because you can't actually see what I'm typing. I typed that. Yeah, that's what I typed. Let me paste you a function. 1, 2, 3, C#, 1, 2, paste 1, 2, 3. Paste 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it just puts C# at the beginning of it. What do you? 1, 2, 3, C#, shift return, paste 1, 2, 3. Yes. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of your. I'll be honest. I had a quick check over the code. You have definitely written code. There are definitely changes, and they do not compile. The net peer configuration already contains local address. I'm not sure why this is here. Did I add this? Did you add this? This is in net peer configuration. Okay, this is you've dirt quite royally here, sir. This doesn't compile. Which one? I'm gonna guess this is the one that mentions IPv6 any. Because we've also got one here. Show log. So it's all the local address stuff. So you added that, but you didn't remove. So you added that, but you need to remove this here, which you didn't. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm just kind of waiting for you to go yes or no, but you haven't said anything, so I'm assuming you've either gone or it's fine. Wait, does that actually... James Hampton, that's the bit they're spoofing. That's because you have changed this. So I'm wondering what you've done. I'm not sure that is correct. Because you have changed any to that one and called thrown set if locked. He says it's right. Added IP yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, and you and Zebra, holy shit, that's huge. I mean, those three things there, those are three quite major fixes. And it's good to have that ongoing, because obviously IPv6 will become more common. I think, but I'm kind of just waiting for Todd now. The final curtain, maybe? I don't know. I'll figure out things. The thing is, Zebra, I can do stuff about it. But all that means is that whoever is messing around then has to do something about that fix. And then I fix that one, and then they fix that, and on and on and on and on and on. It can be done. It's just not worth my time. Oh, I haven't actually read the reviews for the Adventures Pack. Any negative ones? Not so far. Tried a new world with the lucrative mobs. 20 minutes in and a slime dropped a tech back. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yes, I asked someone a question. That's the railgun. That is the railgun. Like, the Adventures Pack. That is the railgun. That's the inside. That's before you build the rings around it. Looks great. I mean, I hope it does. Now I feel the urge to check. Oh, we have compiler errors. We'll fix this in a mo. Come on, Unity, load faster. Yeah. It looks a bit weird here because we don't actually have a an embat set up. Okay, Tech, I'm going to pass you back the 2 arrows. I can probably fix them, but I'll pass them to you in case you're like, oh, wait, oh, what happened there? I don't know what the latency simulation is, to be honest. What is that? Oh, of course. No documentation. That would be stupid. Target dot. What's it expecting? Nope. Cannot convert system.net to IP address. Well, what's that then? What's it expecting? It's expecting an IP address. That is an IP address. What are you talking about? Let me just save it. It's going, oh, there's an error. Changed. There's still an error. I've got one of them. Stupid thing. So map address is expecting IP address. Okay, it's telling me that's deprecated. I'd love to know why this is complaining. So, map address takes an IP address. The code I was given says target, but that doesn't work. So then we have target.address, which then makes the whole thing. I have honestly no idea why that's not compiling. Like, oh, it's the return. That returns an IP address, so it'd be target.address. No. So that's not throwing an error, but this is. Sometimes you're very unhelpful, Unity. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, no. Okay, Todd's just hosting me. Yeah, so I kind of just need Todd. I mean, I can make a build without it, I guess. It's a fairly straightforward thingy. Build win 64. Oh, what? Build win 64. Okay. So, it's going to be a few minutes doing a build, so if anyone has any stupid questions or anything they'd like to know, now is absolutely the time to ask me. Stupid questions welcome. I'm going to refresh this chat window because it's telling me I have 0 people watching, which I'm very sure is wrong. Still says 0. I see, I just don't believe that. Please begin streaming. And yeah, okay. The build name is going to be 24.0 the final excess. Look at my dashboard. Yeah, I've got. It's weird that it's just the chat. It's just not working. I don't know why. Like, it's basically just telling me no one's watching and nothing's connected. Online. Open in browser. It doesn't make a big difference. It's just not working. How odd. It's Chromecast streams. That reminds me. Can you now buy Chromecast on Amazon? Because I want a Chromecast. And it was a bit weird because Amazon banned them. I think they may have got told off for it. Nope, you still can't buy a Chromecast on Amazon. I do have plenty of spare Android boxes though. Literally, genuinely spare. Yeah, that seems fairly simple. I literally have spare them. So I've still not even plugged in the. I've not plugged them in. I've got them, and I've got a couple of ideas. Just haven't dealt with it yet. Well, I don't have to play with things like that for fun generally. Like, I play with things like that because they are something like it's for work. Loading content. Okay, so I'm going to make this live. We're going to kind of verify I haven't broken anything. Hence, I do not recommend anybody opts into this. Durr. This, and now oh, it's working. Never mind. I was about to tell something about a problem I was having, but it works. Steam works. Steam works. Client, no. Steam pipe, content builder, nope, out, content, 64. Oh, fuck you, Todd. Fuck you and your stupid face. So I can run the game, but I won't be able to. I'm going to wait for it. It won't take 20 minutes. As soon as it's copied all the little files, it will whoosh. Please note, I'm copying from one SSD to another SSD over a gigabit switch. I really wish Windows would sort this out. Yeah, look, 5 seconds, done. Oh, cool. It's patching Dreadnought, even though I've never played. Now, I question Valve. I question, why would you put that top? I've never played it. Okay. What's the patty? I don't know, Sir Onan. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Like, it's taking a game I've never played, adding an 8 GB patch as opposed to this one, which I also note. I don't think that's either. I haven't made the patch live, which is possible, or it's not. Or I uploaded the wrong thing. December 18th is today, I guess. What? Because I posted it on the wrong channel, James. But he's lovely. He is my darling, and I will miss him terribly when he goes. I say that he's in my bed, just sleeping at the minute. I guess I'll just hit play. Oh, hold on, we've got the server copied across. Good. So this means I should be able to... Wait, yeah. I should be able to go to the server. I really hate that. So on my server, because it's Windows 10, to run the server for the first time, I need to enter my freaking Xbox password because it's my Microsoft account. And it should be really obvious if it's the right version or not. I'd like to point out, Zebra, that's a fail because he didn't order Infinity beers. That looks like the final patch. Yeah, that seems like the right file. If I click that, amazing, nothing happens. I wonder why not. Well, that one works. That doesn't. Okay. The thing is, Sir Ronin, what should happen is it should copy the files in parallel, rather than going open a file. It should all happen properly. Where the hell's my trail? I need to close some bloody windows again. Wait, does this mean that... Oh no, I'm setting Unity 5.6 here, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Bit concerned. Oh, well, that's not working, is it? I think it's 192.168.1. 192.168.1.1. Yeah, but Serenin, it doesn't matter. It's legacy code. These days, I shouldn't have to worry about it. Okay, I can connect via IP, but not via name. I say that. Connected? Yeah, there we go. Pardon me. Lithium plates. Part 3 power boosters. How much room have I got? Not enough. But yeah, sorry, no, I'm also on Windows 10. It's a bit hard to say that's legacy anything. Unless everything has gone to sleep, though, which is what I would expect. Don't want that. Don't need that. Or that, or that, or these. Bit surprised there isn't bug parts everywhere. Can I ask a client for its Mac? Yeah. Ooh. Now that's an interesting because changing your MAC address is very fucking hard. They on purpose. You can do it, but it tends not to. I suspect that wouldn't be very hard. So when you join, when you do the server request, you go, "Hello, I'm blah blah blah." I don't know if I have any just sort of. Good call, by the way. Good call. I think we might be able to manage it. Why do I keep hitting B for that? Like, is there a... There is, isn't there? There's a string I pass. Just a string. Now, the thing is, of course, there's nothing stopping them removing that from their send. But much harder to fake. Yes, absolutely. You can sometimes get network cards where you can change it. It tends to be a little bit far and few between. As I said, for obvious reasons. I do love logging onto a server the first time in days. You just get so much stuff. The thing is, detecting and displaying it is one thing. Reacting on it, not so much. Now that's the real difference. I can detect it, I can display it. Predicating off it is, on the other hand, not quite as straightforward. Holy shit, is this not full on power? It must have just been attacked. That is so cool, by the way. Not in a that's nice way, but cool nonetheless. Quite surprised Kukor didn't actually just nuke this, but hey. I'm Attack Pizza. I'm still opening up the package in the background, so I will check as soon as I can. Possibly something in the log file might be a good idea. Can I hit 2? No. That's why this one's so big. Nice. But yeah, when you get multiple ones embedded like that. So for FortressCraft 2, I want to make more of hive mind and cryo style stuff. I think that's our unique pitch because the engine is so very, very good at it. As opposed to... English, as opposed to mobs. Like, lots of games have got mobs. Nothing else has got what we've got with these things. So I think that might be a better, as in more unique thing to focus on. And 1, 2, 3. Do we not have a... Right, let's start that one off. Let's have a look. Resolve host. Okay, let's have to tick something stupid. Yeah, so it looks like you've derped somewhere in here, though. Let's check. Properties, local files, browse. Oh, Jesus fucking... Thank you, Muktabal. Holy shit, thank you so much. Merry Christmas. You scared the ever-living shit out of me, but thank you nonetheless. God damn. It's so loud. I've got my mic for me, but holy God, is that loud. Thank you very much, sir. Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. Nothing in the log. Oh, my poor heart. My heart is going. Oh, wait, hold on. I should probably check IPv6. No, oh. Wait, hold on. Or invalid. What was the other thing? Sorry. There we go. I still think I should make the explosives a bit harder, because they already are a bit easy just to go. Well, at this point in the game, I guess. Well, I mean, Saronin, what you've just described is the Frozen Factory. But to my mind, the Frozen Factory is an awful lot better than the base game. Like, it's a lot better fighting tactically the creep than it is just to put loads of turrets down. Well, I have a plan, as I'm sure you're all aware. So part of that plan is very much that initially what will happen is you won't decide to go and do Frozen Factory. You will not decide when to start Frozen Factory. What will happen is once all of the overmines are dead, the game will then switch to Resin Apocalypse mode and you'll be forced underground. Now, you might be able to do something against it, but imagine Resin Apocalypse mode kicks off. And I will probably also introduce some other mechanics. Because you're not supposed to get around it. It's just saying to you, go underground. So that will be part of the plan, is to force the player through story-based dynamics underground. I don't think I can hit both of those. Those look so good, though. I'm fairly sure overall, though, I could outwit, like, I could outbuild the player. But that would be the goal. If nothing else, maybe what it is, ooh, wow. Oh, I didn't get either of them. Bollocks. So let's think through that. So what I could have happen is another tier of resin above hardened resin. And that tier of resin cannot be dealt with except through freeze on injected resin collectors. So that means once you've done your 4 overmines, the game then basically you stop to get your overmine, you'll lose your surface. Your role will then be to go underground to get on with. I'll charge off that one next. You're charged with then going to get on with getting the technology to freeze up the so to make it brittle to reclaim the surface. And 128. I just want to have 200 here for the future. 1, 3. no matter how cool the mobs are, they're still just going to be mobs. They're not ever going to be as cool as other things. I'm not going to grab that yet. I want to, but I won't. I'm pretty sure we can actually win this now just by actually doing it without any worries. We'll go with charge level 5 then. I can't remember what that is. Is that 1,000,000? Yeah. That should be an achievement, really. A level 10 bomb. Level 10 bombs are ridiculous. Hopefully I can get them both this time. I would also hazard a guess our refiners are not keeping up. Oh, which one was I following? Wasn't this one, was it? Okay, maybe it was one of these. Ah, there was these. This looks good. Now, annoyingly, the new distant landscape system will not support stuff like this. So that's a hair annoying. I'm going to do some quite clever striping to try and sort of smooth out the noise. Well, this is the wrong ones, but 1,000,000 won't have a problem killing that. In fact, it's going to make quite a big bada boom. Bada bing. Bada boom. I love the Falcor panic message. I'm also hoping like things like that, we can improve that draw distancy thing. Lots of things I'd like to improve. But definitely, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is moving the resin and fluid and cryoplasm onto its own render layer. That should mean I can then optionally re-render them with density, and that should mean I should be able to do marching cube style solutions, and that I definitely am very much looking forwards to. See, I thought there were two together. It wasn't that way. I don't know if that way. Oh, wow. I mean, we are all doing this entirely on solar. It's obviously silly. Annoyingly, I have... So what you want is for hive minds to also, when they die, to leave behind like an invisible entity that makes the resin crumble. But obviously I don't have that. Oh, maybe I should have done that last. Oh well. So there'll be another build as soon as Tech Pieces says, yeah, I know what I've done. As soon as he's worked out wherever it is he's done, or what I've done, it's possible I've made a typo, and he'd be like, nope, should all be fine, and I'll have to fix my code, but probably it's him. Don't think I've done anything too wrong. So yeah, everything's asleep right now, and I like that, because the moment I grab 100 out of here, blip, the whole system will start to ripple into life. Something I need to probably start a Reddit thread on before, at some point, not quite yet, is not what do you want improved? Because when you ask people what you want improved, this is what I say to anyone dealing with an early access game. Don't tell people what you want improved. Don't tell people what's broken. They probably already know. What they probably don't know and what they want to know is what's good. Because whatever is good, that's what you want more of. So if you've got like a cool super boss fight, tell them that boss fight is cool. You're more likely to get awesome boss fights like that rather than going, oh, I really don't like the boring bit at level 3. They're like, oh yeah, we know it's a bit slow, but it has to be because blah 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 reason. Like nearly always a dev is fully aware of bugs and issues and things wrong much more than you are. But they're often also equally less aware of the cool stuff. Because they don't know what you think is cool. I'm not saying if there's a critical bug, but I said I'd much rather hear about how the cryoplasm is awesome than the mobs are rubbish. Because one of those is much more likely to get you really awesome things to fight. And one of those is just like to get you changed mobs. I noticed that is totally the wrong. I will make a note on that one. Purple eye drops green eye model. Bang brain up. Not much I could do about that right now. But yeah, I'd like to see... I mean, the Resin Apocalypse kind of proved that the game mode works in principle. But the Resin Apocalypse kicks off automatically. And I like the idea of what I said of essentially unbreakable resin. Probably only hive minds more than a certain distance from your bait. I'd have to do something so the one you're farming doesn't. Or make it so... how would I resolve that? Because I can't make it so, obviously, all hive minds become too hard to kill because you couldn't farm resin. It would probably be that a hive mind would potentially convert stuff across somehow. Not quite sure how. So they convert hardened resin into... I'll say invincible resin, but you know, whatever we call it, ultra hard resin. Wait, how many of those can I queue up? Can I just queue these up forever? How to break the game. Dig that up. It's got 1,000 eyes in it. I was actually expecting the game to stop me. Thoughts welcome on that. Thoughts are always welcome. I still got 0 viewers and no channel streaming. Great job. I am well aware that we're about to get 1,000 eyes. I'll also queue up those. Although I honestly don't know whether or not we are hitting our limit on power generation or power storage, or a little bit both. Oops, something went wrong. Try reloading the page. Okay, I will. Does it finally realise it's not working? Oops, something went wrong. Please try reloading the page. So, sorry, it's kind of what you said. That so the Hive Mind Hive Mind doesn't know if any of its resin has been eaten. It has no idea. Absolutely none. It doesn't know that. Obviously, I don't know. Right, resin doesn't store an owner. Kind of obviously. So that's a little tricky. Yep, it's. Really unhappy about that chat. Yeah, no, the chat's broken. The chat is totally the entire chat system just keeps saying something went wrong. Restart. I'm like, what went wrong? Oh yeah, it's working now. I have 19 viewers again. Hooray! But yeah, possibly the resin. Oh, yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I'm going to go and grab a drink though, so I will be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy my... I shall go okay. Back in a mo. Yeah, but so Saronin, that doesn't stop the problem of your active hive mind, quote unquote. To be honest, maybe that's the solution. Active hive minds can't solidify. The only drawback with that is I see an exploit where I'll see if he is really in a bad mood with me. I see an exploit where we are totally out of power. I see a definite exploit where you use the agitators to stop the super hard resin working. Oh, Mom. To a great degree, that it isn't like we're just talking about the facility or the option for at a certain point the hive minds you've probably been ignoring will just start to become invincible. I mean, you can no longer do them. But the hard part is also still allowing the hardened resin resource path. I don't have a good solution for that yet. Like, I can't just convert stuff willy-nilly. Well, I could, but I refuse to. I get that, sorry, but nothing you just said stops that your active hive mind growing. I'm hardening. So how do we stop that? That's what I'm worried about. The conversion's fine. However the conversion happens is how the conversion happens. How do we stop the wrong thing converting? If you're whatever hive mind that the player is farming, if that converts to hardened, they can no longer get any resin. So this needs to be a system where somehow, maybe it's something new. Maybe it's not maybe it's not hive minds. Maybe it's like super hive minds or something. Let's assume for a second that players are not sneaky. Just for a moment. The solution there is easy. Any hive mind with any resin handling equipment within 45 meters doesn't harden. Done. Well, the moment somebody works that out, then people will just put the equipment next to it. So I need some way of allowing the player to continue to farm resin as it is extensively used and fun, and some way of taking away the surface from them. Harder. Much harder to I really start making lots more solar panels. Indeed. I'm mostly just testing. it doesn't make any difference whether or not I ever make any progress whatsoever on this stuff. So, Serena, I guess what you're saying... Now, hold on. No, but players will place agitators down, dig their way to the centre, and then blow it up. And then move on. Now, having said that, I would consider actually achieving that a significant challenge. I think we can all agree that would not be a simple or an easy thing to do for anyone. But that would be one potential exploit. You can't nano into the hive mind, can you? I can't remember what the range is on the agitator. It's pretty big, I think. Can nano disintegrators work on resin anyway? I mean, that'd be quite easy to stop that. Hello, Sifi. How you doing? I know I'm in your bad books, but I do love you, and I promise you it's all for your best. I wouldn't be mean to you, except because I love you. Love the kitty, and look, there he is. Look at the... Don't sniff the camera. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm sure it could be done. To be honest, I think having it so non-agitated, because then you got a situation. You either have it so you have to agitate it flat out, pardon me, and that stops it. That stops it, or. Okay, so you got two situations. It either generates hardened resin or soft resin at a really, really, really quick rate. That seems like a fair trade-off. Is the chat working, by the way, guys? Can someone just like message on the chat? At any location is fine. I guess from the silence it's not working. Yeah, CCFS is still not happy. His painkillers probably aren't working yet. They'll be working soon, my sweet, and then you'll be fine. You'll be like, aha. To be fair, at this point it's also nighttime in the game, and although I still do get power, I get a lot less power at nighttime. No. What's wrong with the chat? Ah, wait. Now we have 3 out of 3 connected. Because I want to try now. I think the chat may have fixed itself. And then the viewer counts, obviously just a bunch of broken wrong. Nope, still no working. So I've now got connected and viewers. So it's actually counting up the viewers. So someone type something. I'll type something. So I've typed something. It's gone out to YouTube, Twitch and Mixer, but I haven't received it back yet. Normally I see the message back. They've broken it, haven't they? In specific response to your question, Madame, don't forget, it not only has to be impossible, but also has to be eventually possible. Yeah, I think they've broken it. It's pretty bad. They do have an app, but I've not actually bothered running it, I have to say, because I use my Chromecast to send my stuff, the chat, to the thing. But yeah, come on guys, you have one job to do. I'm mostly, at this point, I'm mostly, rather than actually playing a game, I'm mostly waiting on Tech Pizza to go, oh, I know what I did, Or, I know what you did, depending on whose fault it is, I'm blaming him. Oh, we're at chart level 4 already, okay. Overall, though, given it's just been me, I'm actually really pleased with FortressCraft's engine and systems. Overall, I think it actually does a fantastic job, really. Not that it couldn't be better, obviously. Oh, God, that one's pretty... the more horizontal they are, that one's actually coming downwards now. Oh, my goodness. Talking about Resin Apocalypse here. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So it kind of looks like this. Where is the hive? Well, there's a hive. And that's all soft resin. So that's going to be just brilliant. Oh, God, did I not get it? Bugger. Do I have any work for excavators on me? I do. Excellent. And no solar. Seriously? I do this. So, handy hint. People ask me how you deal with soft resin. I deal with soft resin like that. It helps, of course, if this can see the sun, which I might be able to fix. Can you see the sun now? Yeah. So there you go. It's not quick, it doesn't need to be, but you could just leave that and that will keep your base, well, parts of your base free of worms forever. So recommended as a trick, that one. I really don't want to go through that way. The idea will be, though, when you start your game, your world, it will be a pristine world. At the end of the of what we currently class as vanilla, at the end of that point, I want the world to be a war-torn mess. And then at the end of that, I want you to lose the surface. However, I dress this up. Then, Frozen Factory, then you reclaim the surface. But then the Nova gets too close, So that's when you end up having to go underground. But yeah, the chat is totally okay. So yeah, if you've got Discord, guys, I would suggest use Discord. I'm hoping I get a message or an update or some sort of hint when it starts working again. But yeah, I like blowing up hive minds. I like dealing with resin. I like dealing with the cryo. All of these, I think, are generally excellent gameplay setups. The tower defense is all right. Mad Vandal, do you really want it to? Because that's not very hard to add. I've just never bothered. The point is, don't forget, you were sent to terraform the cold cavern, and the game even says what could go wrong. It's kind of a joke. When I say reclaim the surface, I mean deal with the armoured resin. I'm going to put this in the progression notes, progression improvements. The player is guided from surface attacks, tower defense to frozen factory. By the resin apocalypse, the surface hives start to generate armored resin, which can only be dealt with fire freeze-on powered resin setups. Yeah. Well done, Zebra. Having volcanoes. Yeah, you see, now the problem with that, what's the solution to volcanoes? What's the solution? Dead, not even a trick question. A volcano kicks off over there. How do I stop it? Skin 65535 is -1. I'm not sure that's a new error, Zebra. I think that's just saying, oh, no, we can't, but it's not supposed to. I've not changed any of that, well, but so I'm not, like, my other works. It's Did you choose one of the new skins? Because these two skins might not work yet. Oh, I don't know if you're unstable then. Skin 65535, it should be is skin -1, which is unassigned. Which, you know, obviously. Twisted, I'm in hardcore crafting mode. I'm a bit confused, Zebra. So, you've joined a server, and your own server? One you joined before? Skin is -1. Was it this server you tried to join? Jesus. Fucking. Stop that! Holy shit, dude. Whoa. Seeing you start ATT. Well, I haven't started it yet, to be fair. Oh, man. How annoying. I didn't get to read the whole message. I will... Let me work out where the message is and I will read that out because you were saying something. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. Thank you so much. And my heart again. Oh man, I can't see the message. Yeah, I'll have to type it, but not in the chat. So yeah, so this isn't technically FortressCraft 2. So just want to make sure no one gets too excited. This is the last of FortressCraft 1. So totally FortressCraft 2 is soon. So this is the last patch. This is everything I need in FortressCraft 1 so I can finally go, it's done, or at least I ran out of money. FortressCraft 2 will start in proper earnest early next year, but there has been some stuff, and a lot of it now is making notes and making sure that especially patrons more than anything else are happy to support the game, because obviously if everybody wants to turn it into some sort of fishing game, then I need to make it into a fishing game, because obviously that's patrons get to decide that stuff. But thank you so much. I'm really sorry I didn't get to read the whole thing. I might be able to somewhere else, but I don't know how or where. But thank you. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Bollocks, I just picked up 60 lenses. Arse. Please, no more donations. I'm old. Imagine if I died on stream because the donation noise is so loud. Imagine that. How bad would you feel? Very bad, I hope, is the answer to the question. Honestly, it's really loud in my headphones. But unfortunately, I don't get the PayPal message through. That's really annoying. I'm gonna refresh this window again. I'm not getting any messages through, but you guys are getting some of the bot messages. So if I just go to youtube.com/projectorgames. Now YouTube's playing up. I don't hear myself. Shut up. Okay, so I am seeing YouTube chat. But Keith, don't forget, dude. You can have FortressCraft 2 as soon as you want it. Just what patrons, I'm giving immediate access to FortressCraft 2. Just need to be aware, and just want to make sure I am, what the phrase is, managing expectations. Just want everyone to be fully aware that for a while, FortressCraft 2 is likely to be broken. It's not likely to be loads better. You're not going to immediately get there and go, whoa, this is totally cool. You're going to go, this is the same and all the sky's broken. So I will be releasing it probably very, very early January onto Steam. and patrons will get keys. You just need to make sure everybody is super aware. It will be a very broken FortressCraft. So I'm going to rip up all the atmospheric rendering. I will not be specifically maintaining a working game. So there will be nightly builds. I will give people access, but I'm not going, thankfully, to make my life much easier, I will not be maintaining a polished game or anything like that. I'll do my best, because that's who I am. And usually stuff works. And if I know it doesn't work, I probably won't make a build. But the initial plan is to work on a whole bunch of games. And every Friday will be FortressCraft Friday. And patrons will get access to the game at the end of FortressCraft Friday, assuming I didn't break it too much. And I'll try not to. I will try not to. I think overall I've done a pretty good job of not breaking stuff too much over the years. Yeah, so I wonder whether people would be happy. So I got a lot of grief when I implemented the mobs. Lots of grief. And I'm like, well, it's supposed to be tower defense, dude. So I got lots of grief when I implemented the mobs. But I wonder if I now remove the mobs, if I would get grief. I think I may already know the answer to this. And the answer is yes. So if you know a game called Zarch or Virus, kind of like that. But yeah, so you're talking about overmines. I mean, the tunnel nukers kind of do what you're saying. Kind of. But the tunnel nukers essentially leak stuff. But yeah, there's no reason I couldn't do it a different way. I mean, that's something for a discussion with the patrons is, do we want to make more of the tower defense? Like, do we want to improve the tower defense and add more guns and make it more strategic and whatever? Or do we want to go, let's just leave it as it is and not focus on it? Again, as I said earlier, you're far better off with a developer of a game saying what you think is cool and what you think is the best thing, as opposed to the other, as opposed to going, oh, that doesn't work. You probably know. But yeah, that's a question of, do we want to basically make all of the mob stuff and all the turret stuff much less good? So basically turrets are for Minox and not much else. Oh, you're joking me. Seriously? I'm getting... Oh no, I was 1 meter out. But yeah, now see what you've kind of done. I mean, don't forget, if you didn't know about tunnel nukers, would you already say that the overmind spread soft resin? Because if you don't know about the tunnel nukers, and let's be honest, most players don't understand that mechanic. It's an internal mechanic. They kind of already are. I think they're really cool. I really like the tunnel nukers. They're one of my favourite organic growth things. You can't, how can I describe it? You can't predict what they're going to do, but at the same time you can predict what they're going to do. So you're definitely sure more or less what they're going to do, but you're not sure exactly what they're going to do. I'm very tempted, by the way, just to set up a like resin thing over there. I'm mostly just making sure that nothing pops up as broken, as opposed to any sort of progression or anything like that. And blowing stuff up is kind of fun, and I like building big batteries. That is one of the things I want to make sure we have another big focus on large machines, because large machines are definitely the coolest. And to go back earlier in FortressCraft's history, originally the first multi-block machine you saw was the lab in about hour 10. And I realised that loads of people didn't even realise you could have big machines in the game. Which is why, to a great degree, the CPH just got scaled up now with the bigger CPH. Keith, I don't know if you have seen it. There is a document. I will link it. I will try and link it in the free stream chat and make sure it goes through. Ugh. Yeah, I appear to be sending messages up just fine, just not back down again. Brilliant. I'm happy to keep the tunnel nukers, because the cool thing about the tunnel nukers, of course, is you can shoot them down, which is actually pretty cool. I have found, though, I reckon you only need 4 turrets to defend the base. But you need a lot of power, and you need a lot of power, and it needs to regenerate quickly. Whereas with the missiles, you can spend several hours generating stuff in advance. Like, the turrets are really good. Okay, so Tech Peter reckons he's got a fix. I'm just waiting on Todd, really, and then I'll do an update to the networking and Todd's skins all at once. I'm looking forward to seeing the skins. I've not seen them. So we will all see them together. Come on, who's making my Mark IV batteries here? I'm surprised people aren't more interested about the Alien Cities idea. But I thought about this. I was watching. I've been watching a bunch of sci-fi short films on YouTube. And honestly, some of them are fantastic. I mean, properly brilliant. So I've been watching a bunch of those. And I'm aware of how Starbound does its generation of stuff. And I was wondering if we could use a similar system. Because it'd be very cool to have, obviously nowhere near where you're here, some sort of big-ass fucking alien cityscape thing. Not that sure how Had to accept, and I also have the definite limitations of size. Like, I don't want to have like a 500 square meter alien city to wander around. But I like the idea of there being alien stuff around. I mean, I don't know if how many of you guys watch me playing No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky has some proper bonkers alien shit going on. And that's what you want. Proper bonkers shit. Maybe that should be one of my taglines. Bonkers shit. So, you know, giant alien monoliths and superstructures and all sorts of things. The problem is, if they're made out of blocks, they'll be like Minecraft ones, where they're very easy to dig up. And if they're made of models, they're like, yeah. A tech beat. So as soon as I've got Todd's set of changes, I will do that. We really should have done a Mark II crafting plant, shouldn't we? Ah, okay, Tech. It shouldn't be quite. It should be quite easy. I say, if you think that's the crack fix, it should be pretty simple to grab and push that through. That is a good point. While I remember, if any of you are in the UK or want to visit the UK, it is my birthday in February, and I'll be having it together for some friends. But if any of you want to visit a retro arcade, that's where we'll be going. So any of you want to join me, buy me dinner, you're totally welcome. I've met with a whole bunch of FortressCraft fans before. It's usually a good laugh. So yeah, if you are in the UK, near the UK, interested, in the middle of February, I'm having a big party. We're not that big. I'm old. But yeah, we'll be going to a massive retro arcade. So I will be doing a thing about it. But if anyone is interested, let me know. PP Volta, the chat is broken. Like, chat is properly knackered. I don't know why. I'm blaming you. I'm specifically blaming you for breaking it. Yeah, I think we just lost because of lack of power. I don't think we lost because of lack of firepower. It's 27 we need for those, isn't it? PP Volta, I'm blaming you. So just for the record, the reason the chat's not working, it is PP Volta's fault, and I'm not even prepared to entertain any other reason apart from that it's his fault. So I apologise. In fact, all internet problems forever are now his fault. All of them. Like, literally, every problem for the rest of the time is PP Volto's fault. So you can blame him. Sorry, guys. That's just... It's harsh, I realise, but that's what we're going to have to do. Oh, I've just realised that will actually go forever. I need to do that. So there's a final one. Otherwise I'll move around forever. That's not what I meant. 3 more. There it is. But yeah, for some reason, the Restream chat has just completely died on me. I don't know why. It's been pretty reliable generally, so don't know what's going on there. One of the things I'm looking forward to, which is a fairly minor thing, and the best thing is I don't have to do it, is an animated build gun. We used to have one, and we don't anymore. And I'd like that done again. Yeah, that needs to go. That's okay. That going there like that. Yeah, that needs to become a conveyor belt to properly distribute. There we go. Now that will distribute all the way down at lightning speed. Yeah, I think the thing I'm looking forward to the least, however, is definitely going to be the client-side caching of the world. That is going to be a really tricky issue, but sadly an important one. That will reduce the load on the servers to a tiny amount. It means that overall I can reduce the rate, because you just don't need to translate the world that quickly, because it just doesn't change that quickly. I do actually just find it relaxing just sitting here for an hour, just building loads of batteries. Quite like that. We're only running at about 50% base power right now though, so... Is that on power? Yeah. Yeah, not bad, yeah. So, as you can see, we're at about 50% base power, but if you look at my HUD, just under the Mark II Organic Solar, there's a yellow bar. That shows how much base power I've got. But it's only for stuff within the loaded area because I'm a client. That looks quite good. Surfforge has very good lighting, doesn't it? Which is dumb though, because like what we found is in Surfforge we can make stuff look better than we can make it look anywhere apart from in Surfforge, which is obviously a ridiculous state of affairs. Well, as I was saying earlier, Todd, I really feel that if we ever do any other game, and we should use Spaceship Bloke, like the same model, because we've done so much work on him and so many skins and things. But yeah, if you could make these last 2 skins just sync, so the adapter pack, the adapter skin, and the adventurer skin, Venturous Garb, I think I've called it. If we can make those absolutely sing, I hope you're on stream, then that'll be worth it, because those will be kind of a showcase to a degree of the quality we're expecting for FortressCraft 2. Oh, that was a long sentence I said then. Are you on streams, Todd? Like, no, Todd. Are you on stream? Just respond in Discord. I've got Discord open. I can see. I've done everything. All you need to do is upload the texture files and update the materials which already exist to point to those in any of the surface settings. Done. Nothing else you need to do. Someone says, remember we had the same wine when the Half-Life sequel came out, required Steam. I don't really think we did. Holy God, that's a big post from Shire Dragon. So I haven't thought about posting on the Satisfactory thread. So basically, we've posted there. Because obviously Satisfactory is a popular thread there at the minute. And there's people going, wow, FortressCraft sounds really complicated. I'm going to check it out. Uh-oh, 54 is not enough. Are we at 10? No, still going fine. Still don't know what's wrong with the restream chat. I haven't found any sort of service outage or anything like that. Two more, then I can build another one. Yeah. I can also queue up. I've just been queuing them into this guy here. Ah, god damn it, Todd. Hey, the chat's working. Also, Simple Jack, fuck you. What a horrible thing to say. What was that in aid of? It's a mess of a base, I'll give you that. Calling us a mess of a game. Show you're working. I sense Simple Jack doesn't have any workings to show. The graphics are meh. Well, with that sort of razor sharp critique, that's what we really need around here. So Todd, as the artist, could you do me a favor? Could you make the art less meh, if you can? Brilliant, thank you so much. In the meantime, Todd, I'm really glad that you've got the Surfforge stuff working. All you need to do is upload the textures, assign them to the materials I've made, and twiddle with whatever the parameters are, the glossiness and things. You don't need to do any UI work. You don't need to do anything else. I like the graphics, Jack, so I'm sorry you don't. Is it bright colours you don't like? Did your father beat you with a Mario 64 cartridge when you were younger? I don't know why people are so against brightly coloured games. I really like brightly coloured games. But yeah, Todd, if we can make these last two skins absolutely sing, it'll be a good sort of stake in the sand for the quality that we're hoping for the next game. So that'll be good. Yeah, so I'm surprised how many people don't like brightly coloured games. I mean, if we do the... I know a whole bunch of people who would much rather the game just sort of look like this, sort of muted, desaturated, and that doesn't interest me. I might as well go play Quake. Because I played Doom last night, and it was beautiful. Brightly saturated, fast-moving, glorious stuff. But, like, looking like this? Yeah. You don't like the textures. You don't like any of the textures in the game. So you don't like that floor texture. You don't like this battery texture. You don't like this storage hop, that texture. You don't like the textures on these things here. You don't like the door textures. Do you not like the door textures? I love the door textures. I think they're awesome. Do you not like the light textures? What about these track textures? Do you not like those either? What about the Orthief textures? Do you not like that one either? Oh, wow, that's a lot of textures you don't like. What about the rainbow thing? Because you see, none of those textures I listed have anything in common. So what you're actually being is a dick rather than actually offering any at all. They have nothing in common. Absolutely nothing. There is no anything in those. So you're just being a dick. Well, Sir Ronan, you'd be amazed how many people are going, I'm going to do a texture pack for FortressCraft. I've done them for Minecraft. And then I pointed out that FortressCraft doesn't use whatever it is, 16 by 16 textures, and we've got specular channel, or bump channel, or parallax displacement channel, all of these things, like huge amounts of things. Yeah, something like I don't really give a shit, so you can fuck off. How about that? I don't really have any time for 13-year-olds, so you can fuck off because you're being a dick. You're not being constructive, you're not being helpful, you're not even making any sense, you're being a dick. You can fuck off. Now, if anyone has anything constructive or helpful or useful to say, I am all ears. I don't like any of the textures in your game. Is sort of thing of 13-year-old. Well, the thing is, Paul, as you are actually being, not a dick. I went over this before. So if we look at, do I have any? Wait, hold on, I can hear myself. Why can I hear myself? Right, you can fuck off too. So, the part of the problem is the eras that the game stretches over. So this game has been in development about 5 years. So some of the textures, so for instance this one, this model and this texture is easily 5 years old. Easily. These robot arms, on the other hand, which I think look fabulous. Let's get some whiter lighting on them. These ones are genuinely 5 years newer texture. Now, if you want to go back even further, I assume I've got one of my... I'll place one down. This texture here, I am not joking. That texture is a decade old. That's how long ago Todd did that texture. So we have genuinely a decade's worth of textures in this game. So to simply state anything about the textures is total and utter nonsense. It is just a ridiculous, ridiculous thing to say. Now, there may be some textures you specifically don't like. I think some of the rock textures are quite weak. Now, unfortunately, without significant new technical upgrades, we cannot work on those textures. There is no improvement to be made other than technical, and then we can make art improvements. That ain't happening in a hurry, but that is happening for FortressCraft 2. So part of the changes is absolutely those. But that is a huge piece of technical work. I can't stand these turrets at all. I know, they're fucking awful. But conversely, I think the doors look really good. Even now, more so now they actually reflect again. Let's actually put those. This is why saying retarded comments like "Oh, your textures look shit" it's just first of all, it's not helpful. Secondly, it's ridiculous, and third, it's wrong. It just doesn't follow. But I really like how the newer textures look there. This is the most novelty door I've ever seen. David, he's not very happy because he went to the vet earlier and he has to go to the vet tomorrow. So I am in the doghouse, to coin a phrase. So Ronan, as I said, quite a few people have said that they will do new textures for me. Nearly all of them don't have a clue what the fuck they're talking about. So they start and then go, I've done it. And I'm like, well, you need a bump map. Oh, right. Then I'm like, well, now you need a specular map, a gloss map, an occlusion map. Like, these are substantial technology that we've got on these crap textures. And we are not talking about straightforward. We are talking about good technology, which means that they're very hard to make. So it's not like Minecraft, where you can just put together only 16 pixels and it looks good. Ironically, I kind of struggle to think of any other game. Oh god, not even that. God damn, Todd. Well, hold on. We've got 50, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. We have a bare minimum 550 things. Bare minimum. Yeah, so even if I were to say to Todd, go and redo all this stuff in a new technical style, he'd be like, yeah, all right, see you in 3 years. So that's why I can't stand dickish fucking comments like this, because you don't have a clue what the fuck you're talking about, dude. You genuinely don't have a clue. And if you're better, send me the textures. Redo the textures. I will happily pay you for a complete reskin of the entire game. I would like to point out it's about 100 gigabytes of source data to build this game. Oh, is it quite hard? Is this akin to going, you know what, Ferrari? I think you could make cars a lot better. Well, you do it. Oh no, but you should. Peter, you missed the dick. He's been timed out to think about his comments. But yeah, I think the newest style of textures, the Surfforge stuff for us, looks really good. No, Serenin, so don't even think about doing textures for this game. I have in my head prepared the speech I'm going to have to give Todd about how we're doing the FortressCraft 2 textures, because I have some ideas to embed a bunch of tech in a way that doesn't make Todd's life absolute hell. So we're going to have 16K textures using 8 channels: red, green, blue, normal, normal, but probably I will use 2-channel normal, and from the 2-channel normal I will reconstruct the 3rd channel, give me 3 spare channels. One of those will be byte-packed data. So a single texture channel will cover... Todd at this point is going, oh god. So a single texture channel will cover gloss, reflectivity, or glow or alpha, depending on where it's used. So we did this in FortressCraft on the Xbox. So we could have transparency or shininess. So we had like reflectivey gold bits, which look cool. but we couldn't have reflective gold bits and transparent bits. You can't have all three. You've got to pick one for any given texture. So that's the plan. This is not a simple plan. This is a very, very complicated system, but should mean it looks good. Now the problem is, the bit I haven't really mentioned, is each of those textures is 800 megabytes a go. So this could be tricky, to say the least. It'll be done, I'm sure, but we are talking about 1.6 gigabytes plus, simply for the world data. Oh, hey, blind man. See, that's why Factorio players get sad and confused, because it's all complicated for them. Bless them. But yeah, Cephas he's currently asleep in his bed. He's really not very well, I'm afraid, which is sad. But he's going for. Oh, so some stuff is PBR, Paul. Some stuff isn't. Honestly, PBR might be a fancy pants buzzword. What PBR is a fucking nightmare. So PBR means I cannot say have a bigger highlight, have a brighter highlight. It means you can set the metallicness and the gloss. It's a pain in the ass when I just want to go shiny. I don't want to have to say, oh, an increased reflectivity, specular. So Ronan, 1.6 gigabytes of video memory purely used for the ground textures. I think that is quite a lot these days. My base is a mess. My room's alright. So we've got our copper handling room in here with all the coppery stuff. Then over here we have a research sorting room where we actually sort up the different materials using robot arms, all of which are asleep right now. And we can also check out our medic room, which has got a bunch of plants, a bunch of ampules, and a machine to stand in. And a respawny thing. It's such a fucking awful model. It's really bad. There's things like that. Like, I'd like to redo it, but I mean, redoing that's a day's work for Todd and a day's work for Andy. Like, it's 2 days of work just to redo that model. Now multiply this up by the 1,000+ models in the game, and suddenly you ain't talking about, oh, should we fix this? Probably. One of the days I'm not looking forwards to is the the rewriting of the winding and unwinding of the client code for the for the carts. I suspect I will probably try and tone down some of the more saturated parts of FortressCraft though for the next one, because I think more people dislike brightly coloured games than like them. Sadly. I like it, but, you know. Incidentally, if you don't like it, you've got this thing called the NVIDIA control panel. Change it to be whatever you like. Like, I love these. I think these are awesome. They were supposed to be placeholder, by the way, Todd. I think we kind of forgot. but I like them. Yeah, I would also Todd, like things like this we should fix. Like Arthur's bling looks a lot better than the suit bling. I don't know why. Really? Because I don't think I've played... because Serious Sam 3 was the realistic one, wasn't it? Because Serious Sam 2 was super bright and colourful. Weren't it? Do you know what we should do, Peter? Instead of struggling, we should just have like an enormous row of crafting hoppers. But it doesn't matter how sore your eye is. It shouldn't like saturate. The human eye doesn't care about saturation. It's not tiring. Neither's bright. Well, the only reason brightness is tiring is because you're squeezing your irises more. But your eyes shouldn't care about saturation. As far as I know. Having said that, I'm like, or does it? But I'm 99% sure your eyes do not give a fuck about saturation. Warmth and cold a bit. Because that camera filter is not free, it is not cheap. I also really balk at implementing stuff that your video card driver already gives you. Like, most people, I feel, they don't care whether it's bright or not. They're total take it or leave it. Most people. If you're the sort of person that really cares, then you must be doing this in every fucking game. So... therefore, you might as well just change it in your driver and then you'll be happy and no one will ever complain at you. I can't make one more of these. Thank you. Yeah, I'm mostly only playing this, Pete, so I'm testing out the new patch. Name resolution is broken, and the new skins don't work at all. See, that's not being constructive, Simple Jack. That's just being a dick. If that, so you've come out... See, this is the thing. This is the thing. You've come out of your timeout, and you just started being a dick. You're probably older than me. What the fuck's got to do with that? So... old man, your approach to constructive criticism is to call something bad. That's what you consider constructive criticism. So let me just sum up. You've summed the whole thing up as bad. You were stuck in timeout for being a dick. You come out of the timeout and you're a dick. You've apparently claim that you know more because I'm older. You've declared yourself as being constructive, and you've declared the graphics are bad. You can say negative comments about the game, but there's a difference being constructive. I will give you an example. I'll be constructive. Simple Jack, you should probably choose your words better and offer useful advice in when you are moving forwards with telling other people what your opinion is on something. That's being constructive. Here's not being constructive, yeah, is when I kick you from the channel. That's not being constructive at all. Have we learned yet? See the difference? One of those is explaining how you feel about it and why you feel that way. One of them is just going, nope, don't like it, gone. I don't like you because you're being a dick. Your graphics are bad. Brilliant. Brilliant. So I was considering buying the new Subaru Impreza, but I was thinking about the Evo Lancer 8, but the Evo is bad. Bad. Yes, it is bad. Bad. You see, we have words, we have adjectives, we have describing words. That's what an adjective is. No, actually, Simple Jack, timing someone out means I don't want to deal with your shit. Fuck off and watch another fucking game. So this is it. This is the beautiful, beautiful, ironic sadness. You sat there for 10 fucking minutes, timed out. In a game that you have described as looking bad. You've sat there just so you can immediately start being a dick again. That's fucking sad, dude. That's fucking sad. Piss off somewhere else. Go and watch a fucking Minecraft stream. I don't give a shit. I have plenty of constructive criticism about this game of my own. You maybe need to look up the word constructive, not just abuse. Mic drop. To be honest, I've had this a lot on YouTube. It's surprising. You don't really get this sort of dickish behaviour on other channels. But on YouTube, people are a dick. So you time them out saying, you know, maybe you should rethink your life choices. And they immediately, well, they don't immediately. In 10 minutes, they come back doing exactly the same thing. But only on YouTube. And I don't quite know what that's about. Oh, servo motors and copper wires. Copper wires, servo motors. I wonder how much money Satisfactory is going to have to make to break even. Oh, no, I'm sure he has fully comprehended everything I've said, considering he sat there for 10 minutes waiting to be able to rebut it. But not about it, he just go at me. Oh, it's interesting, Todd. I mean, I don't really do streaming properly. I mostly just do this as a way of chatting with people who are interested in asking questions usually about why things are the way they are. I mean, that's one thing you do learn through working in the industry quite a lot. Is it's not always it's shit, but it's like, why is it like this? And usually the response is quite long-winded. In this case, just simply pointing out to Dick Splat there that what you're looking at here is the sum total of 5+ years of development, and 10 if you include the FortressCraft. It's understandable that perhaps some bits are better quality than other, but to say it looks all bad, that's just nonsense. I mean, it's not even. It's just, I can't even just begin to describe how it's just like saying all Fords are shit. No matter how much of a Chevy fan you are, saying all Fords are shit is just obviously wrong. It's vitriol at best. I don't know, Paul. There's quite a good sort of Kevin Smith thing about this. It's just, that's what I said earlier. If you want something changed, right, the way to get it changed, so let's take whatever his name is, Fuck Munch. Not saying your whole game looks bad, but to say, oh, the minecarts look really good. And I'd be like, well, the minecarts, you see, are actually using the latest rendering technique. even at night when I can't see what the hell's going on. So the minecart's using the latest rendering technique, so they have a much cleaner, sharper look than the rest of the game. That's how you get things changed, by going, that is very good, you should do more like that. I would probably agree. It's unlikely he's going to say, I really like the storage hoppers, on the other hand. I do, but that's only because I like the way Borderlands looks. It's all about phrasing. If you want people to talk to you and to be nice to you, don't say your stuff looks bad. What looks bad? All of it. Because immediately, my back's up, my defences are up. I'm probably not going to listen to anything you have to say. Because instead of saying, why does X look so much better than X? And even that, why do the doors look so much better than the walls? I can explain to you in great detail why. But if you said to me, why do the walls look so much more shit than the doors? It's more likely you're not going to get a very positive response out of me. Can't think why that would be. Dagger Shy, hello again. Paul, I'm not sure I agree. I gave the example of, hey Ferrari, why don't you make cars that go around corners better? That is obviously something I could not technically do. But I could, for example, say, I feel that the car is too noisy. And I could say that without having to necessarily understand noise setups in cars. So simply not having any knowledge of it is not does not preclude you critiquing it. But there's a difference saying it's shit and critiquing it. For instance, I could say in Super Impreza, although I am very, very impressed with the four-wheel drive technology, I feel that losing ABS when using a DCCD system is actually a bit of an actual genuine problem with the way some of the handling setup is on the car. That, you see, is being positive. That is critiquing. Going, the handling is shit. It's not. See, look, seriously, he's just sat here for 10 minutes. He's literally just sat here. Look. Opinions are subjective. You can say or thought about, yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's your opinion. And I shall finish here. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. Nobody really wants to see yours. Sorry guys. Simplejack wanted me to know about the downfalls of my game. The textures are all bad. Cheers. Thanks for that. Bye. One of the fun tasks we do have coming up is to we'll be putting together literally not every asset in the game, but every asset in the game we want to fix for Todd and Andy. And they are going to have to, prioritise it, obviously, but we're going to have to literally go over every asset we want redone. Like, we're looking at the ore extractor, and the ore extractor, my God, it was 6-7 years ago we actually did the ore extractor. So that's going to be a fun set of tasks, is just simply updating all that to be more modern, and some stuff doesn't need to be. As I said, I think the doors are great. I think that they're great. Bless. All Fords are produced very similarly. Oh yes, the F40 is produced exactly the same as the F-150. Fuck me. Doesn't know anything about computer games. Doesn't know anything about graphics. Doesn't know anything about cars. Okay, I have cleared down all these machines, so that's good. I don't know if I can actually make another one. I'm not playing much longer, by the way, guys. I am going to be heading off for dinner. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be, I'll say Tactics Forever, only it won't be Tactics Forever. So tomorrow we will be streaming. It doesn't have a name, but that's what we'll be streaming. I would love to actually get some actual criticism from people, like proper criticism, because very rarely do I get some. The most interesting one is where people say, something like, why don't you change X? And I say, well, I can't change X because why? And they're like, oh, well, if you're not going to accept criticism. I was like, well, you can't, criticism is not given in a vacuum. You can't say, change this. And I say, well, I can't change that because of why? Oh, you're just arguing with me. I'm like, well, explaining why we haven't. I may actually fully agree with you that we should change X, Y, and Z. But it's not something that exists in a vacuum. Very good, Todd. Now, people don't... I don't think anyone's ever told the graphics are bad. I think more people complain that the game is brightly coloured than otherwise. However, I would put money... I would bet $50,000. Todd, you could take me up on this one. If we make the game unsaturated, if we make it Quake style, Quake browns and greens and hyper realistic and gritty, what's the betting? We get comments. It looks depressing. It looks boring. It looks flat. Why is there no colour? Guaranteed. I always refer to the AAA look as Skyrim. Sort of a flat... Like lighting is flat. Not flat as in flat, but it's just sort of a boring level. Quake 3? Yeah. Now, Quake 3, on the other hand, is an interesting one because... It's kind of not, though. So if you actually look at Quake 3, it's not a colourful game. There's no high saturation colour, lots of browns, lots of greys, and generally a single sort of colour across all of it. It's got red sky, but again, it's not bright and colourful by any means. Vieira, that's actually quite tricky. Because the game's unlock system rapidly explodes into a lot of stuff very quickly. I was thinking about this earlier because that is definitely one of the common complaints. Is everyone says I want a tech tree, and I ask how that's going to be done, and they're like, I don't know. That happens a lot. But it has definitely been asked often enough that I would like to consider some sort of solution. I know what that is. Because I can't have in the research screen. For instance, on this dialogue here, if I select basic robotics, I cannot realistically list everything it unlocks. I can't have it so it then also shows you things that require other unlocks. And then all the things that will unlock. The closest you've got here is the available projects, which does list you these things. So in this case, this unlocks, 13 recipes. That is there. The other problem is that it only shows you what stuff it directly unlocks, and it doesn't take into account stuff that it unlocks through through another thing. But then you have the problem that if you do that, you can end up researching. Let's say jet turbines, but you haven't done steel. So you go, well, why haven't I got it? So it's tricky to do this. So it says you need item X. Oh, well, Paul, this is the thing. You can also critique something without being insulting. I would say that Quake has a very understated, muted palette, and I don't really enjoy it. And I understand why. It's for the lighting system in 206 colours. You click on item X, you click on an item that you haven't unlocked. So you want a list of all, whatever it is, 2,000 items in the game. That's not going to work, is it? Like, if I go to reference materials, that's just stuff I've unlocked. They should be hidden. Like, what you're saying makes sense in theory, but again, can you make the car fly? I can say it. Doing it's something very, very difficult. So you said when you click on item X, where? This is one of the things I've struggled with the entire game's development, is the balance between push and pull. It's very, very difficult, because if you push too much, the user gets overwhelmed. And if they're a Factorio player, they then write a negative review about how complicated the game is. If you pull, that means that the player doesn't even know it's there. And that is also an issue. And genuinely, I honestly, the amount of negative reviews from Factorio players, and I can sum the whole review up as this is a lot more complicated than Factorio, is hilarious. But in the manufacturing plant, you want to have all items in the entire game shown but locked. PP Volto has it summed up there. If you look at any other game's tech tree, I can pretty much sum it up in one of two ways. It's like Civilization. It was designed around a tech tree, or it was like Minecraft and was not. If you look at Minecraft's tech tree, it's unbelievable. I'm not sure I understand, sorry. If you click on an to make, it shows you what it's needed. Right, okay. Right, but what? I'm with you so far. Right, I understand. What's that got to do with research and things? Yes, it requires the alloy block. Gotcha. Type faster. If you click on that and it isn't unlocked, you can't have something that's not locked. You can only have something that's not been researched yet. If you ever see something here, there's only two situations. One is a bug that is really hard to fix, and the other one is a mistake. Can you give me an example? A specific example, though? It shows you a question mark, but that just means that you've researched it. It is unlocked, but you've never built one. Which is annoying, and I've tried to fix it like 3 times. And every time I've tried, I've derped. Due to my own incompetence. The Power Transmitter Mark II. Right. So you're talking about where there is a question mark here. The only reason that will say question mark is if you have never made or seen a titanium housing. Dear Gashai, I have lost count of the amount of times the game says press H for more information. I honestly. Press H for aiming. It's even right there. There is no... Okay, Vera, no, that can't happen. If you have managed to research the laser energy transmitter Mark II, but have not done... I don't think you can. Let's check. Okay, laser... What time is it? Oh, I've only got 5 minutes left. Laser... So that's grid 3, I think. Sometimes it's just a derp on my part, you see. Okay, so the Mark II laser energy transmitter requires T3 power. T3 power requires T2 power. Actually, that might actually be a mistake, because that should probably also be alloys. Alloys is just one of those that lots of stuff needs, because without alloy, yeah. So that's actually a mistake. So that should require alloys, because alloys is what you need to be able to get. So thank you, we'll fix that one. But yeah, that's not something, well, that's something to fix. So yeah, it should be alloys, because without alloys you can't make those machines. Alloys is just the drop one. Degger Shite, I mean, even there's a question mark there for things. Honestly, the amount of times that I give the player the opportunity to open up help is just crazy. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. One of the changes in this patch as well has been the contact your help tells you why. Selected block, because you've got selected in the resin. It probably should just say because you're looking at it. But I've tried so hard to drop onto the player all the information that they could ever want. So I'm going to log off here. Todd is doing the skins, and we might get a chance just to have a briefest look. I will do another patch tomorrow after the vets when Todd is still committing. So yeah, I've got to take Cephas to the vet tomorrow. I have this horrible feeling I need to take him to the vet, drop him off, and then come back and then wait for them to tell me to come and pick him up. Build the cold cavern climate control center. So whacking, great. Not related to the room cooler. Damn you, Todd, you teased me. It's not committed yet. This guy's put a hard rock grinder inside a cooler. As far as I remember, you need basic rocketry and the orbital power researches. Have you researched both of those? So he's not the first person to have this. They're not very leathery, are they, Todd? They look just brown. Oh, see how... I mean, that's actually quite a small picture. We might need to put like a few... Oh, they have got little studs of armour. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. So we've got a railgun. Oh, wrong. So that requires orbital railgun. Orbital railgun requires scan of Adventures Pack DLC. And that's the same thing as robotics. Also, can you research robotics and freight transit? It's all locked behind the same key. Essentially, I'm going to carry on right until my food arrives, and then I'm going, because none of you, no matter how brilliant you are as good as food. I don't know why this guy... I'm trying to work out why this guy can't do it. It doesn't have the warrior. It's just waiting in going, ha-ha, it's broken, go into the beta. It's like, what? I can't see any reason they wouldn't be able to do orbital railgun. And that just requires orbital power and rocketry 1. It does require them to have scanned Adventures Pack DLC. I have got pepperoni and mushrooms and meatballs, I think. Not meatballs, like ground beef. And lots of oregano. I fucking love oregano. I like the way two of you asked me the same question. So Blind Man Worlds Live said, so what are you getting your pizza? 1 second later, on a different chat system, Take KOTC said, what did you want on your pizza? So Blind Man's World, it is a 1 kilometre long railgun, and it is absolutely awesome. Right, I'm going to leave it there though, because it's downloading. So I will be back tomorrow after the vets. So thank you once again, and have fun. And if anyone can tell me why the railgun doesn't work, that'd be good too. Talk to you guys tomorrow.